Hello everyone, welcome back to the show and welcome to Spider Monday. No, I didn't make that up. Sony or Disney or Marvel or whoever labeled today Spider Monday because the movie tickets for Spider-Man No Way Home go on sale today. That's right, they do. So pause this video and go order your tickets. Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, you get your tickets? Get good seats? Good job, you. Now, let's take a look at what we have here. Hi everyone, I'm Mac, and this is LEGO Spider-Man set number 76174. This is Spider-Man's Monster Truck vs. Mysterio. Yes, you heard me right in the intro. Spider-Man has a monster truck now. And not just any monster truck, a monster van. Just look at this thing. Look at how big and campy and ridiculous this thing is, and I love it. Big and red, with his branding all over it, it's almost like Peter was feeling a little envious of the Batmobile. All of this spider branding you see on the truck is a sticker, even the web circle hubcaps on the monster wheels. The build for this truck is solid, and I mean solid. This thing is like a brick in your hand, and I love that it has the look like it was a regular van that Peter just lifted and put some monster tires underneath it. Behind the tires, you can see gray cylinder pieces that give the truck the look of having heavy-duty shock absorbers in the wheel wells to handle the big meats that the engine is turning. The monster truck does have a bit of a working suspension on its own. You see that the front and rear axles can rock side to side independently of each other, giving it rock-crawling and car-crushing capabilities. At the front and back, we see that Spider-Man has his own vanity plates, and a big engine blower element at the rear as well, serving as an oversized exhaust pipe for belching out diesel burn-off. On the side and up front, he has his name painted across the side panels and roof, and on the hood, he even has more branding. To get inside the monster truck, you just pop the top off, as we've seen with so many other LEGO vehicles. And inside, there's not much adorning the driver's compartment. No gauges or dials, just a steering wheel for Spidey to hold on to while he's crushing a villain's ride. And it's a good thing that this is Spider-Man's ride because no one else would be able to get up into the cab without wall-crawling capabilities. Just look how huge this thing is compared to his minifig. But here on the left side, we have this little yellow switch that just sets off the play gimmick of this build. By pushing the switch up and forward, a net launcher rises up out of the cargo compartment of the van. Plunger operated so that when you push in on the plunger like so, and, well, yeah. If you've had one of these net launchers before, you know they don't really work well, but still, it's cool to have a play gimmick on your main vehicle. I also appreciate that the net, which is usually colored black, is white this time, giving it the illusion of being some of Spider-Man's webbing. While the name of the set does include the words Spider-Man's Monster Truck, I have to admit that I really think the truck build itself takes a back seat to the, quite frankly, spectacular, see what I did there? Minifigures that come with this set. On the hero side of things, we have, of course, Spider-Man himself and the ever-popular Ghost Spider, or Spider-Gwen if you're nasty. Spider-Man is pretty much what we've seen before, so we won't spend too much time on him. And I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with the classic Spider suit. Peter's paint deco is really solid with this Spider logo being very sharp on the front and back. There is one difference to this figure I would like to point out, and that is his eyes. Technically, these are the same eyes we've seen on Spidey before, but taking a closer look at them, we see that this time they're a very bright white staring back at you. We've seen before with figures like Spider-Man and Wonder Woman, figures that have a red base, that the red tends to bleed through and dilute some of the lighter colors used to paint the minifigures. And often, Spider-Man's eyes tend to have a more red or pink tone to them rather than being the bright white they're supposed to be. Not this time, though. This time it looks like they've finally fixed that problem and perhaps applied the coats of white a little heavier to get that coloring right. Now, if only they could fix this with Wonder Woman, too. Now, Ghost Spider, I absolutely love. This is my first representation of her in minifigure form, and I couldn't be happier. The bright white of her torso, the pink outlining her eyes, and the purple webbing highlights over the black torso printing just makes the whole thing pop. Gwen has never looked better. The headpiece of Ghost Spider is in two pieces. Of course, there's the head element itself, but this hood piece is separate and can come off if you want Gwen swinging around town with her hood down. The only thing I wish they would have done differently was to paint her toes a teal color for her ballet shoes. For accessories, Ghost Spider comes with a purple skateboard, and both Ghost Spider and Spider-Man come with web accessories, including a pair of webbing handcuffs. The web effects this time are made of translucent white pieces instead of solid white plastic, and I like this. It gives it a real web-line look, and I think that the only thing that would have made it perfect is if they made all the cylinder and cone pieces in the same translucent material, so you didn't have those white elements breaking up the web lines like they are. Other than that, I love this new look for the webbing. Spider-Man and Ghost Spider, of course, only have one face portrait each. For the villains, this line boasts a comic-accurate version of Mysterio that I love. I wasn't a big fan of the look of Mysterio in No Way Home, so I'm very pleased that with this set they went back to the comics for inspiration. And there's also a version of Doc Ock that I'm not exactly sure where they pulled this from. Don't get me wrong, I like it. In fact, I think Doc Ock is the best figure of the set, but I'm not familiar with this look. The arms are all attached by a pack that easily comes off as one piece. And when we do get it off, we get a better look at Doc Ock's torso printing. His main body is various shades of green that we've come to expect from the Doctor, and up front we see a gray banding that serves as the metal harness that holds his tentacle arms to him. But when we get around back, wow, I love this look. You can see the 4 servos in the back of his harness where the tentacles would connect, as well as the metal-plated spine support that helps him hold the robotic tentacles up. And somehow, all of this hooks up to his nervous system. The legs are a plain green with no paint dab at all, but on the head we see that this Doc Ock's eyewear isn't just glasses, but a pair of goggles with a strap around the head to hold them on. Also, no Mo Howard bowl cut for this supervillain. No, this incarnation of Octavius is sporting a stylishly gelled pompadour. Doc Ock has 2 face portraits as well, and I'm having an evil plot face, and his I just got caught by Spider-Man face. For accessories, Otto comes with his tentacle arms, of course, and truthfully, I think these are the coolest builds of the set. I think they might be the best looking tentacle arms LEGO has developed for the good Doctor so far, and I love how articulated they are, and the different poses you can strike with them, using them to lift Otto up, set him up for the Doc Ock walk, and he can even clutch stolen goods and other minifigs in them. As I said, Mysterio is sporting his comic book inspired look, and I love this. A brighter green than the Far From Home version of the Illusionist, his torso printing even displays the classic quilted look of Mysterio's original costume. The purple cape is very soft and is a single-hole cape, and I think this works great for the figure. With being a single-hole style, nothing is folded to get the cape on the minifigure's neck stud, so it actually flows out behind him, giving him a look of being in motion or blowing in the wind, especially when he's on his flight stand, which we'll look at in a minute. Under Mysterio's smoked translucent blue helmet is a featureless silver head element, but Mysterio doesn't need features once you slip his helmet back on, and look at this thing. Earlier versions of Mysterio, including the Far From Home version, were usually clear plastic with the silver stud underneath being relied on to give it that smoky inside look. But this time, they did a fantastic job of making his fishbowl helmet opaque and mysterious. The element is still translucent enough that you can see the outline of the headpiece underneath, but foggy enough that you can't make out any details, just as Mysterio should be. Mysterio comes with a few accessories. First, he has these translucent green blast effects that we've seen plenty of times before, across the various LEGO lines, but they look great in this translucent green. And if you position them a certain way in Mysterio's hands, it gives the effect that he's in the process of swirling up some magic. In case you've never seen these before, you just push on the tab here, and the element launches out of the minifigure's hand and actually manages to get some good distance. Mysterio also has 2 of his hologram projection drones included in this set, and much like Mysterio himself, I don't think the drones have ever looked better. The drones that were part of the Far From Home sets were fairly featureless and black. These are mostly white with black and gray mixed in, and a few translucent green and yellow pieces, and have various elements mounted to them to represent holographic projectors. Each drone is also outfitted with a pair of stud launchers on the sides that when you press on this, and like his hand elements, the drones get some good range from the stud launchers. Each drone comes with 4 studs, 2 to load and 2 to carry for reloads. And finally, Mysterio comes with his flight stand. Now, we've seen this plenty of times before as well, but man, this thing has never looked better. Look at the 2-tone swirling green. Look how it blends with Mysterio's costume and actually completes his look. Once I put him in this piece, he just didn't look right anymore after I took it off of him. I think this is the best accessory that Mysterio comes with. And finally, a few loose accessories that come with this set are a couple of diamond elements, money plates, gold bars, and a sack of stolen swag, because what good are villains if they don't have anything to steal? I like that you get a lot of stuff for your money with this set, and as much as I love the camp of Spider-Man having a monster truck, I really think the standouts here are the minifigures themselves. All of them seem to have something that makes them a little unique in their own way. Even Spider-Man having the bright white eyes versus his older versions having the red bleed-through. Ghost Spider looks great, and other than wishing her ballet shoes had been painted on her feet, they pretty much nailed her design. The real stars, though, are the villains. Doc Ock with his updated look and big brick-built tentacles. And I really do love the paint app on his back. The detail they put into the harness he wears, something that you probably won't see most of the time because he'll have his tentacle pack on. And Mysterio. I know I keep saying it, but I love this comic-accurate version of the villain we have here. And with his translucent green blast effect elements and his green swirling flight stand, he almost doesn't need his drones to complete the minifigure. But I'm glad we got them. And not only that, but these two are going to help further fill out my Sinister Six roster. Dr. Octopus, Electro, Mysterio, Sandman, and Hobgoblin. All I need now is Vulture to finish this return of the Sinister Six team off. For $40, with everything you get with this set and the price-to-piece ratio, I think that this is one of the best sets LEGO has going for Spider-Man right now. And apparently, I'm not the only one that thinks that, because this set is currently sold out on LEGO's website. Although, it is available in places like Target, Walmart, and Amazon, and it was on the shelf in my local LEGO store. So if you're still looking for this set, there are plenty of places to pick it up. So good hunting, everyone. Play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.